Yeah. It's Chabri again. Just another quick video. Because I'm bored. I got a bit of drink on. But you know what I found really interesting about Sky TV. Now, obviously, Joshua Gage was built on Sky TV. You know, the PPVs. You know, they pushed him so much. A man like Adam Smith was clearly in love with him. You know, and they were also, you remember, they were with Eddie Hearn for years. Okay, they were big partners. Then Eddie Hearn went to DAZN. Adam Smith was a bit hurt, you know, and then Gage has gone to DAZN as well. Adam Smith was like wounded, man, wounded. You know, he couldn't believe that Gage had left him for another company. So, but funny thing is, obviously, they ended up getting the rights for the pay-per-view on Sky. Made a lot of money out of it, no doubt. But what I've noticed, right, now, you know, Sky TV, you know, they are very biased. You know, they're very biased. It's something by Murdoch, you know, like The Sun and all these other things. I remember back in the day as well, like, you know, there'd be a ringside program, you know, you remember that show? It's pretty whack. All they would talk about, was the Sky TV shows. They would not talk about what's going on in boxing. It doesn't matter how big the fight was. If it wasn't on Sky, it wasn't talked about. And they would talk about their whack leisure center fights. You know, they changed a bit, but I mean, it's not really surprising. It was embarrassing them. Just hearing them waffle on about some two-bob fighter in a leisure center, you know, whilst there's probably like a heavyweight championship fight on another TV channel, ignoring it. But you know what they did? You know, you notice this, right? They censor things a lot. I remember there's Nigel Benn, was on the channel. Nigel Benn was on Sky, and he was like, oh, these fights, they're not like the old days on ITV. And he never got given, you know. Adam Smith blocked him. He never got given another bit of commentary on Sky TV. And, you know, Nigel Benn's well liked, obviously, and a very exciting fighter. Big, you know, in the 80s and 90s, he was huge. Yeah. And that's how sort of vicious Adam Smith is. By the way, people are still asking for the video. They're still asking about the video about Adam Smith. I'm so sorry, man. I mean, like I said, it's just I can't be bothered because I did one before, but I got zapped. The channel got zapped. Basically, what it is how Adam Smith got all his acolytes, you know, guys that worked under him, to complain about the head of boxing, right, to HR, and get him fired. And the guy got walked out. He's not had a job since in TV. Obviously, his TV career is ruined. Yeah? And he promoted a few of the acolytes, but didn't give them a pay rise. But I get on to that. That's another video. But that's basically what happened. And then Smith became the head of boxing. This is a guy who knows nothing about boxing. Okay? And he went to theatre school. And, through some family links, he got the job at Sky. Even though he knows nothing about boxing. He's changed his story a lot, you know, Adam Smith. Originally he said, what really got me into boxing was the Holyfield Bow fan man incident. You remember when the guy, like, I mean, that was nuts, man. When the guy dropped in the ring with a fan on his back. But he's also written a whack book, on family and boxing called Beautiful Brutality. I bet he loves that title, man. He thinks, that's so deep, man. That's so deep. That's like a poetry. Yeah. So we've done this really whack book that no one bought about family and boxing. I remember seeing Glenn McCroy getting his drink on the launch party. By the way, he also stabbed Glenn McCroy in the back later, Adam Smith. Got rid of him because he don't told the company line enough. Yeah, he likes his drink. He likes to get his drink on. So does Trip B. But the difference being, he wasn't told the line. You get me? Anyway. This whack book, and he's like going, I cried. I watched Hagler Hearns, and I cried. Now, when I was 13, now, apart from the fact it's clearly not believable and contradicted by his other story, yeah, about, getting into boxing by Holyfield Bowl, which was years later and more likely to be true, come on, man. What, you think a 13-year-old boy stayed up? Think about it. Watched a boxing fight at like 4:30 in the morning at his parents' house, age 13, and he cried because his Hearns lost. I mean, come on, man. Huh? Come on, man. And the other PR stuff, like you can search on it on Google, whatnot, whatever, and you can find out that there's this PR story that apparently Adam Smith, when he was young, he used to commentate on sports events in front of his friends when he was really young. That's what he always wanted to do. I mean, can you imagine? You haven't got any. You wouldn't have any friends, man. Yeah, if instead of watching sports events, you had some idiot commentate on it. It's PR nonsense, man. People got to realize most of alleged news is PR, and it's false. Anyway, what was I talking about? So, So what's funny is this. I actually find it quite funny. So Sky TV, which censor news and all this kind of stuff. Now the gay J meltdown, yeah, and the aggression and the, throwing the belts and spitting and all that kind of stuff. Now, the funny thing is, and unexpectedly, initially at least to me, was that Sky have pushed this on their channel, and they pushed this on their Twitter. They pushed the entire meltdown. Yeah, they wouldn't do that if KJ was their fighter still. They wouldn't do that if KJ was their fighter, because they know it makes him look bad. Yeah, and obviously they'll get a bit of revenue from it from YouTube. But let me tell you, man, Chubby got a channel. It's lightweight, but you don't get that much money. But still, basically, yeah, they're rinsing Joshua out and showing him out. Why? They wouldn't have done that before if he was still their fighter. They just wouldn't have done that, or they would have at least edited it so that all the bits where he's really out of order was not there, and that's because Gay J went to DAZN and Eddie Hearn, and they won the rights, but he's bought by them basically, allegedly, and they're bitter. Adam Smith and Sky are bitter, at Eddie Hearn for leaving them, for taking Gay J with them. Yeah, and they're just trying to ruin DAZN's top guy, Gay J. I don't. As a tactic, I actually find it quite funny. I'm not that bothered by that. It's underhand, obviously, but Sky, Murdoch, and all that is so underhand. You remember, like Murdoch owns Paper The Sun. No, it was News of the World. And they hacked into a 13-year-old girl's messages, into her aunt's phone, into her phone. I think Millie Dollar was her name, to try and get a news article, views, basically, sales. They were willing to go so low to hack a 13-year-old girl's mobile phone messages. So, come on, man. Of course they're going to go this low. Ultimately, I got no love for Eddie Hearns either. He's a bellend too. He deserves everything he gets. We'll see what happens. I've spoken before on some other videos about how, maybe his empire's crumbling, selling 25% of his company. And DAZN, I don't know how DAZN can carry on. I mean, you can't end. Who's got these endless billions to put into this money pit? I don't know. And Gay J, £100 million a year, brand ambassador. Yeah, I mean, that was never a great deal, was it? Huh? What like I said, as if people are going to go, I'm definitely going to subscribe to DAZN because Gay J is a brand ambassador. He's been telling me how great it is. Come on, man. It's a shit show. I don't really know what's going on. To be honest, I like all of them to fall. And build it back from the bottom for the fans. Like Ricky Hutton.